What's going on, guys, and welcome once again to our channel, Cool Kids Adventures. Your Central Florida family happens to be here at Universal Studios. And in this video, guys, we're super excited. We're here to show you basically construction update on Halloween Horror Nights. We're gonna talk about everything that Universal has confirmed for Halloween Horror Nights. We're also gonna talk to you about the possible locations of the haunted houses, the scary zones, about for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm also gonna give you the next timeline of when you're gonna expect more props, more sound, more lighting for Halloween Horror Nights. So it is a jam-packed video.
I am super excited to see everything because I was gone for a week.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of changes inside that park. Anyway, guys, so if you enjoy content like this one, Universal Studio Halloween Horror Nights, and even Disney theme park, we highly encourage you to stick around because we got a lot to show you. Also, we suggest that you
subscribe, smash that like button
if we're sharing any valuable content with you. Ladies, are we ready?
Yes.
Awesome, because I am. So what are we waiting on?
So let's go.
But wait, hit the intro. Here we are, Kyla. I was telling your mother last week, no medallion, right? No lights around here, nothing, right?
Nothing.
According to the timeline, we said in the video last week, according to the timeline, we're not gonna see that until the second or third week of August. They're working it backwards this year.
I see.
Alrighty, family, so inside the park now, one thing I wanna say is that per the schedule, the timeline, we're not gonna see any props anymore. Possibly no lighting, no sound in this area in the front until possibly the third week of August. So they're definitely working from inside out. This is completely backward to what they used to do in prior years. So that's basically the information that's being given to me. But the reason why we're standing over here is because in this area, according to the speculation map, we should have Dr. Oddfellow Collection of Horrors. So that, that's exciting because we're gonna see all the oddities per se that a carnival can bring. That's what I'm expecting to see.
I'm just excited. I want to get my scare on.
According to the map, one thing that we notice is that you can tell, Karen, that they don't want to use the Minion Land. They actually have it around this area over here. So it will be kind of like a small scare zone. Possibly what I think it could be from here all the way to here, and possibly this area almost in Hollywood. So that's basically their plans because they don't want to, I guess, damage the theming with Minion Land. What does Universal say about that scare zone?
It says Dr. Oddfellow will lure you into Halloween Horror Nights with a promise of immortality. As he lives the view of all the horrors to come, you'll soon realize you may not even survive the night.
That sounds interesting. So what we're gonna... Yeah, so what we're actually gonna be doing now, we're gonna walk around, from the left to the right, basically looking at the different props and explaining everything as according to the speculation map. The reason why we're here is because in this section by Minion Mayhem is where they're gonna use the entrance, just like they did last year, to go to one of the studios on the back. And this one is gonna be for
Yeti Campground Kills.
Okay.
Yeti or not, here they come.
So it's gonna be for Yeti Campground Kill. So what does Universal say about the Yeti Campground Kills?
So it says Yeti or not, here they come. You and your friends are about to venture into the 1950s campground, overrun by huge, menacing Yetis who rip apart anyone who gets in their way. You must flee to the Ranger Tower to escape.
Interesting. Now, on 2019...
That's what I was about to say. It sounds like the same one from 2019.
It's not the same one, but we did have a Yeti house. Yeah. And that was one of your favorite ones, right?
I really liked it. So this one should be better or the same. This one should not be the worst house.
It was very popular, that Yeti house, on 2019.
Guys, we're in the next location in the studio behind, right there. It's called The Exorcist Believer.
Alright, so this is gonna be an evil reawaken. Two missing girls have been found with no memory of what happened to them. But wherever they went, the ultimate evil has returned with them. Enter the most terrifying scene from the new Blumhouse film.
Which, by the way, we all saw the trailer through TikTok and it looks really good.
It looks really creepy.
Mom doesn't want to watch it. Me and Dad wants to watch it.
You saw the trailer too?
Yeah, and Carlos saw the trailer. Everybody wants to see it. It's creepy. It looks super creepy. I'm not a fan of exorcism or anything that deals with kids being possessed. So I'm not looking forward to seeing the movie, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the house.
Apparently, obviously, there's gonna be now two girls, and they're linked.
Right.
Well, you know.
Whatever happened to them, it linked them.
It linked them, and they're doing. It's interesting. What is very interesting, that movie doesn't come out until October, but it's weird that we're gonna have a house here since September 1st.
Before the movie even comes out.
That did it for me. So I feel like people are gonna step in there and not understanding the whole thing. Does that make any sense?
It might, but it might be better because they might come here and then they all might want to see the movie to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true, but at that point we'll get a spoiler.
Yeah.
Right, we will get a spoiler for all of the movie. Anyways, very interesting. A lot of people are not as excited because I think it's from the same producer that did the last movie for Michael Myers, and a lot of people they didn't like it, so we shall see.
We are in the next location where Jimmy Fallon, the ride, is here.
So at this point, basically, we're going to talk to you about the next original house, and that house happens to be what, Karen?
Blood Moon Dark Offerings. Bleed from the Blood Moon. In a colonial era village, moon worshippers witness the blood moon after their fall festival. They take it as a sign to hunt down any known followers, including you and your Scream Squad.
Well, yay.
So is that like a witchcraft kind of?
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like they
Talked
become.
about that earlier.
Yeah. It takes a sign and they hunt down any of the non-followers. So if you're not a non-follower, then you're gonna get.
Which is us.
Already, so we are standing on a spot that if this location happens to be accurate as per the speculation maps done by Horror Nights Nightmare, it will be a very popular spot. I can tell you that right now. And this little girl is super excited because we're talking about
Stranger Things Season 4. Try to escape the curse of Vecna. You'll need your squad to resist Vecna's gruesome curse. Like 11, now your chances to stop him once and for all. As you take on the scariest season of Stranger Things yet.
Somebody here is already geeking out. Kyla is not only a super fan of Stranger Things, but her first Halloween Horror Night happens to be on 2019. The first house that she ever done on a Halloween Horror Night happened to be Stranger Things season 2, right? I believe it was 2 and 3, or I don't remember.
It was 2 or 3.
2 or 3, right?
Together.
So that was her first one, and she loved it.
I love Stranger Things.
So if you're standing here and things are correct, this is the section over here in the New York area where you have 2 haunted houses. It should be here to the left, and once you go around this curve, you will go into a soundstage on the back. So now let's talk about the next house that it will be over here. So the next house happened to be another original. That one is supposed to be located on the right hand side. A lot of people are super excited about that house. It's called the Dueling Dragons, and it's based off the old ride that we have in Island of Adventures, where it was a dual roller coaster, and then after that they obviously shut it down, and that's where Hagrid's is located. But this is what Universal is telling us about Dueling Dragons.
No matter who you choose, you lose. 2 warlocks of great power were turned into dragons. After trying to take Merlin's spellbook, now you and your friends are caught in their epic battle. You must choose a path and a victor.
So
this is called Dueling Dragons Choose Thy Fate.
Okay, so you must choose your path or your victor, which it means that just like the ride, you will be able to choose which side you want to be on. If it's like that, they're giving you two different experiences within the same within the same haunted house.
This is my least favorite. Obviously, I can't judge because I haven't been in the house yet, but it doesn't like scream scary. It just like
Dueling Dragon doesn't scream scary.
Exactly.
I get
but
it.
honestly, I can get in that ride. I can get into that house and be like, oh, I loved it because there's two different.
Well, comment down below right now if anything that we had shown you or explained to you gets you excited. If so, tell us down below what are you the most excited about. And also, do you agree with Kyla? Dueling Dragon doesn't sound scary at all. All right, so we're standing at the next scare zone, but also let me bring up something that we've been talking to you about the last 3 weeks now, and it is this old tribute store, the old location, the 1208 in New York Street. We told you there was probably there were speculations, and I did hear from a legit source that it was coming back, and the tribute store have been giving us hints already that things are coming back. And as a matter of fact, in the release that Universal did on the website, it also tells you that this is based off a old New York City comic book store. So there you have it. It may be coming. They may not be even using this entrance. Who knows? They may do it backwards, that's what Karen and I've been saying now for the longest. This is a Music Fest 69. Up to last week when we came over here, it was not decorated. Those speakers were not there. The lighting were not there. Just the stage and the trusses. And we actually hinted by putting in the last thumbnail, we gave you a vampire, even though it hasn't been announced. We put a vampire in front of the stage because we knew this was gonna be, according to our sources. So they're bringing Vamp 69, same thing that they did in not same thing, but same concept that they brought in other years with vampires, and it's been very popular. So what do we have for Vamp 69?
Vamp 69 Summer of Blood. At a 60s music fest in a small New York town, you'll jam to popular blends with fellow concert goers until Dr. Oddfellow unleashes vicious vampires on the audience. They're out for your blood.
So there you have it, Dr. Oddfellow. This year's, according for what we can see, is the icon, right? So Dr. Oddfellow.
He's gonna be in the front. He's gonna be over here.
All of these scare zones are connected, apparently, possibly with Dr. Oddfellow as we're reading this. So it's very interesting.
Like a big bad guy.
As a big bad icon. So we also told you last week that they will continue to do props installation for the rest of the week here in New York. I can tell you they are going to be working on and off, but they are going to start concentrating now on Hollywood and then San Francisco, and then they will be returning here to do a couple of things. So keep that in mind. That's according to their timeline. Karen, so while we're in this section, I can tell you right now that the food booths are going to be installed and the bars are going to start being installed either sometime the middle of this coming week. So think about Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. You may gonna start seeing that, or the latest the following week. Some of the things that they're actually being installing is this kind of booth over here in New York. As you can see, this is part of Halloween Horror Night. We're here in front of the Mummy. The reason why we're here in front of the Mummy, do you notice something different with the line? The line happens to be outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means they brought the extend the queue line outside, and that's how you know that the old tribute store is gonna be opening. Their extended queue line used to go over here, all to the one of the rooms in the tribute store. So definitely the old tribute store will be opening. All right, so the other thing that they installed was another booth right over here this past week. So definitely more things are going to be happening in New York. Karen, I forgot something. Also this coming week, they're going to continue their preparation in Central Park. So you want to see San Francisco, Central Park, and a little bit of New York. But I want you to pay attention to this. Check out those lights over here on the roof. These sides were installed as well. This one and that one. So I'm not sure they're gonna add another food booth over here like they did previous year. I doubt it because I don't see much going on in here. But
They might use it as part of their schedule. This is all VEM 69, so this would be cool if they actually use it.
Right, it gives me hope. Again, look at this light. Look at that light.
Right.
That means that soon we may see some speakers. So I take it. And here we are on the other side of this street section, or closer to Transformer. And what could I see over here? There's another light. So definitely something is going down in this area. And I remember the Killer Clowns one year was over here as a scare zone. Here we are in front of Fast and the Furious, and honestly, the next haunted house is an IP house. I don't know that it will be scarier than riding Fast and the Furious, but actually, according to the speculation map, I don't know if you guys can see that there's a tent over there, and if the map is correctly, the next house that we're supposed to have over here is Chucky. So what's the name of Chucky?
Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. Chucky's back for even more carnage. Chucky, the serial killer doll, is back for a new gore fest. He's hijacked his own haunted house with all kinds of bloody hinks. You and your friends must try to survive his ultimate kill count.
I feel like this house is gonna be real funny.
Chucky that was actually announced on October 31st of last year. And it's based on the sci-fi show, and I don't know, it has like a hate-loving relationship with people. Some people love it, some people hate it.
Me too. I really liked the second season all the way until the last episode, and I was like, oh my god. So now I'm kind of nervous because I like the show, but then obviously there's some things that just don't make sense or just ugh.
I'm assuming it will be based on season 1. The next curtain happens to be here in the San Francisco area, in which we told you last week, but basically this is all that you're gonna see for now, because like we just explained earlier, they are returning this upcoming week over here to continue their Halloween Horror Night construction. The next curtain that we're gonna be talking about is called Shipyard 32.
Horrors Unhinged.
Okay.
So it's entered a 1940s San Francisco shipping yard full of mysterious crates and cages bearing Dr. Oddfellow's symbols. Beware, his nightmarish oddities have now escaped, spreading fear and chaos in their wake.
These are monsters.
I'm telling you something.
I like how they're linking.
How they're all connected.
How they're linking Dr. Oddfellow
It's not
for
like
all of them.
yeah.
So it's not like all random.
Like it usually is.
Yeah.
It's not like
I like that actually.
Yeah, like they have different scare zones.
They're different themes, but they're all being connected.
Linked to Dr.
I
Oddfellow.
just like that they're making him like a big bad guy. Like even the small monsters is scared of him.
And we're gonna head to the next section and talk about why it hasn't been formally announced. So here we are in London. You know what hasn't been formally announced by Universal?
What, Dad? Tell me, what is it?
The Death Eaters. There has been rumors that Death Eaters are coming to Universal Studios here in Diagon Alley, and obviously here in London, and we can see it based on these props. But Universal, when they released everything yesterday, they didn't say it.
They're holding on to something.
They're holding on.
I'm sure you want Death Eaters in here.
I do. Even though this is considered the safe zone.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but I want to see it over here because I saw it in California last year and I was like, why do we not do that? So now I really want it to come over here.
But the good thing is here that it's going to be out here and inside.
Yeah.
So like they're literally roaming around.
Right.
You can't escape them.
And we happen to be here standing in front of the next stage. This happens to be Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream, and this has been officially announced. We've been saying it now for weeks, and it was kind of cute, Karen, because what happens is that Universal dropped the announcement, and of course, because we follow Nightmare Fuel, the girls on Instagram dropped an announcement themselves on how excited they were. So that was kind of interesting to see. So they're definitely coming back. I don't mind watching it at least once. I think last year was a little bit repetitive.
It was very. I think they added a couple things that they missed the year because they came in the year right after COVID.
Right.
So they added whatever they couldn't at that point.
But somebody wasn't as excited.
I'm a child, guys. I don't need to be watching all this stuff. I feel like me and Khalil have the most important conversations when we get home. Like I know my brother.
Heartwarming.
I know my brother after.
Well, I
leave
hate
this
to
show.
say it, but if you're looking for an act that is dancing and they have pyrotechnics,
It's not PG.
there's tricks and all that. They have tricks and all that, but
It's a little in there.
girls are sexy and the guys are good looking. So, but it's not PG. You know, like Halloween Horror Night, they recommend 13 and above. But Kyle and Khalil didn't care about it.
And they don't like it.
And they still didn't like it, so just keep that in mind. That's my parent advice. Do what you think is good for your kid.
We could be eating food. We could be waiting in a line, doing a ride. Personally, I do not like this.
You do that, I'll go enjoy you.
You sacrifice the show.
I'll sacrifice for the team. And if you were to ask me what house gets you the most excited, I've been saying this one for weeks, and it ties into every single scare zone based on everything that we're reading. No other, the Dr. Othello.
The big bad.
I cannot wait. Yes, I do like the IP houses, but this original house, I cannot wait. If you leave it up to me, this probably will be the first house that I will do.
You should.
I
Start
love
off with a bang.
the story about Dr. Othello.
Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. Your soul is a price he's willing to pay. You won't be able to resist going inside Dr. Oddfellow's menacing menagerie of twisted oddities, but the price for you and your friends is steep. The cost of your soul to feed his immortal power. That
Now-
sounds awesome.
Rumor has it
Rumor has
that we may get to see Jack the Clown again
Should.
over here because
Since
he
they're
was
connected.
he was part of Jack is part of his carnival.
They helped each other.
Exactly. So
Buddies. They're real buddies.
and it's kind of cool also while we've been standing here, we hear what they're doing on the stage. You know, they're sawing something back
Doing
there
something.
because it's loud. So I'm gonna actually put the map right here on the screen so you guys get to see what we're looking at. But it is very interesting as we come to this side, we already see a truss going over here, basically to indicate that's gonna be one of the house. Nothing going in that side. Normally they have two houses, entrances here, one over there and one over here. According to this map, it's pointing that yes, Dr. Oddfellow actually is back there
Right
on
after
that
the
tent,
fuel.
right next to Nightmare of Fuel. So now I'm wondering, because the locations of the next three houses, when you look at the map versus what we have over here, it doesn't make sense at all.
match.
Doesn't match. So two things can be happening, and you guys leave us the comments down below and let us know we're missing something. You're either gonna enter Dr. Oddfellow that way and exit this way, and that's why they don't have any truss over there. And then they're gonna use this one for the next one, which is called
Darkest Deal.
Darkest Deal. And this will be the main entrance to Darkest Deal. But I can tell you something, Universal was having major issues 2 years ago with flooding. And they had to close that the entrance multiple times because they were flooding out. Now, we know as a fact, because of the aerial shots that we had, thanks to Bio Reconstruct, that there's two tents back there. So that's why they normally have their houses. Two tents over here, two sound stages in the kids zone area. But if you look at the map now, The Last of Us, it seems like it's behind the Simpson area. So now that makes me wonder, are they gonna use that gate with the other Simpson character to walk you into one of the sound stages? Very interesting
Kind of tricky at this point.
at this point. But in the meantime, let's talk about Darkest Deal. What is Darkest Deal about?
Fame is fleeting, fear is forever. Blues musicians Pine Straw Spruce will have to face the music after meeting with the collector and trading his soul for his musical glory. You and your squad learn the terrible price of fame.
So we talk about this in one of our live stream where it's like basically you're selling your soul,
Yeah.
I guess, to become a great musician or
Great
something like that.
musician, yeah.
That's what it seemed
I
like.
think this is the least that calls my attention at this point.
But don't sleep on it.
No, I'm not saying it's gonna be the worst, because last
Right.
year I think we said something was gonna be the worst and it ended up being the best.
Universal Originals they're solid. We happen to be here in the Simpsons area, only to show you what we believe. Once again, I'm gonna put that map, so that way you understand what we're talking about. This is the reason why we believe, and we've been saying because of the construction of the kids zone, that they may have to change the entrance of The Last of Us through this gate over here of the Simpsons. And as you can see in the map, everything points out that it's gonna be behind this area because that's where the sound stage or the warehouse is located. Go ahead, Kyla, what does Last of Us is telling us?
The Last of Us. Step into the world of The Last of Us. You and your squad will encounter the hauntings and the overgrown world of the video game. Brand new, terrifying way. Stay silent if you want to survive a multitude of clickers, hunters, and more.
Perfect. So this is based, they already told you, on the video game. These two have not seen The Last of Us nor played the video game. Do yourself some justice. Either play the video game or do some research, or else you're gonna be completely lost.
I'm gonna see the show.
And The Last of Us, it is a very, very good video game, scary video game.
Hello, this is the one Kalo's looking forward to. I think.
Right, because it's very good. And the show, the HBO or Max, whatever they're calling it now, the show that they released, it was very close to the video game, so it is a very good show. And they have really pushed these construction walls here for the kids zone back, and obviously they're getting ready not only for the kids zone, but they have to start opening space to one of the houses back here for Halloween Horror Nights.
Next house is Universal's Monsters Unmasked. 4 Universal monsters, 1 new nightmare. Descend into the Paris catacomb where you and your squad will face a new horror of monsters. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Phantom of Opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Invisible Man.
Alright, so there you have it, guys.
The new monster house, basically.
The new monster. I'm excited for this one because the ones from last year were really cool.
So we're done talking about all the houses. One thing I want to mention, Kyla, another thing that was not officially announced, it was on Springfield area, and that was for Megan Horde, Megan Horde. I've spoken to people that have auditioned. We have saw also how Universal was putting audition notifications out there, looking for actresses, that could play Megans. So that hasn't been announced officially, but we're still believing it's coming here on the Springfield area.
We will see.
Here in Central Park, they actually added this kind of facade to the entrance backlash exit of Central Park. But remember what I said. This week, they're returning over here to add the stages or props or whatever they're going to add here in Central Park. And now we're going to tell you exactly what Universal described Jungle of Doom as.
So this is a Jungle of Doom expedition horror. In the 1920s, Dr. Oddfellow ventured deep into the darkest jungle, performing horrific experiments on nature. Now his monstrous creations are running amok and are coming after you.
This is what I'm saying. I really like that he's in literally all the scare zones.
I think that's going to be amazing.
I like how they're all connected and how his monsters that he created are coming for us.
In every section.
I think that is so cool.
Yes.
And I just like that he's known for the big bad now. Well, guys, my mother and father, they said last week that this was not here, and I wouldn't know because I wasn't here, but there was a big wall right here, and it looks like a stage that you can walk through right there and just...
They're gonna walk.
Well,
yeah.
They're gonna walk through here.
So that's kind of cool.
I like this. There's gonna be a bunch of
weird creatures.
Bah.
All right, family, so we have arrived to our last scare zone. This definitely was added here, covering this box. So this last scare zone is called
Dark Zodiac.
So one other thing before we go an explanation to the Dark Zodiac and show you the newest merchandise, we're going to talk about the Jurassic Park tribute store, because I heard from a legit source that unfortunately will be closing towards the end of August.
That's so sad.
So they were trying to keep it open even during Horror Night, but they made the decision to shut it down at the end of August.
Dark Zodiac. Dr. Oddfellow has entered a dark dimension to harness the power of the Zodiac and live forever. He twisted the signs into malevolent beings who foretell your doom. As his star rises, yours falls.
I like that his monsters are coming for us. The ones he
everything.
created.
Now, if they follow the zodiac sign, I just hope that they actually made Taurus like the way that we are, like the strongest, the best one of all of them. Just saying.
That's very touristy.
And now it's time for some merch.
We shall fear no evil. Oh.
I tell you what, I do like the graphic. I do like having the two girls over here. The white shirt is just annoying me
It's
for $30.
Very true.
And I can guarantee you, whoever wears this thing, we are gonna get it super dirty.
That's true. We're all messy eaters.
Why?
We're human.
Why Universal is doing that?
I just like how bright red it is, like blood.
Also, they brought this glass, the same thing, same logo. We shall fear no evil. I cannot see that.
For $0.
All right, so what we're looking into is at the other side of Hollywood, at the main entrance closer to the Universal entrance, right? Only thing that we see for now is that obviously they cover it to give it that theme of the zodiac sign, but this week is when we're gonna see more constructions in this area. So possibly we're gonna get to see the stages, more the speakers and other props that currently we don't have over here.
Hola, we back.
Alrighty guys, today you have it here from Universal Studios. Big construction update, explanation on every single scare zone along with the haunted houses. So we hope that we were able to help you. Some things may change. I'll say maybe 2% of everything that we explained today. Not a big deal,
Because
but
we're usually right. Not need to brag. We're usually
now, but at this point, everything like for those speculation maps are right on the spot. So normally it's one or two things that change or more things adding. But anyway, we cannot wait. We're gonna be back here next Saturday because we're gonna continue to give you a weekly update, and then we're also gonna be showing you more of the details here on the scare zone. Anyways, guys, sadly this adventure has ended. With that said, we gotta remind everybody to
subscribe
And smash that like button.
turn on that bell for notifications. Bing, bing, bing. And feel free to comment down below. Always remember to
smile out, be great.
Be cool.
and stay awesome. See you guys next adventure.
Bye, guys.
Boom, boom.
See ya.
Bye.